All right. Good morning. I'm sorry. Good afternoon. So back to where we started from in the beginning, right? I said artificial intelligence. Don't mind that. Artificial intelligence is imitation of human intelligence. That's the copying, imitation, or copying of human intelligence. That is what human can do, right? Machine cannot do it. Should I bring it up? For example, like I use the automated door as an example now. That when we go to shopping mall or in mart, right? We get initially what we people that we need their code government, they will help us to open the door, or sometimes I need security of the plaza or whatever it is. That will know. But now we can go there and before we get there, there's already a sensor that detects human right and opens the door. So it is actually powered by AI. Actually doing this. So there are different instances. For example, our self-flushing toilet, right? We when I was experienced, I went to Abuja recently. So I went to Hilton hotel. That I think one of the hotels in Abuja. So when I got there, right, one of the hotels, I was like, where's the handle? But I don't know that it's self-flush. So I just gave it and did that help me. So it's actually powered by AI, right? So it is normally human being supposed to do that, right? The scenario say that when you are done, then you flush or you press the whatever button. So, but AI has actually helped us in that aspect. So then automation itself is is very simple. It's just combining your work together for a short period of time, right? How you feel? For example, when we it is very similar to artificial intelligence, right? But it's not artificial intelligence. How you feel? So automation now is connecting, right? Connecting apps, basically used for apps, instance. Connecting apps together. For example, let's say this is sorry, I like writing on but what I'm explaining. Really people have noticed. So for example, let's say this is app A, and this is app B. So automation helps us to connect each other together, right? To work. For example, let's say this is like I was explaining this one buffer, right? Let's say this is buffer. Buffer is buffer is a social media automated platform, right? Where you can post on different platforms at the same time. For example, let's say this has been this has been let's say it is Facebook now, right? App C can be let's say Instagram. App D can okay, let's say I Instagram, app Facebook, app let's say TikTok, app X, that's Twitter, right? So this is automated already. That is you post it on buffer, right? Then you always just need to do it. Either you schedule it or you post it instantly. Then you just go there, you know, just to confirm, right? And you make them there, right? But AI automation is using the help of AI with this to give you this. For example, you can create as a what is it now? As a for example now as a social media man, I'm trying to use social media because we all understand social media, right? So as a social media manager, right, you can create calendars for content, you can create ideas for content, you can create images for content, you can create um you can create videos for content with AI, right? And you connect it. For example, you use ChatGPT now. You came late, I expect some don't already explain it. Right? I'm explaining now you do as time goes on do the real practical itself. We connected ChatGPT, right, to my camera, ChatGPT. That's my AI now. To my camera, my design platform, right? So now I give ChatGPT a role. Look at this one. I'm coming now. I gave it a role, right? That creates me like we did that and create me the flyer of a Christmas or whatever. it brings it here. It's already created here. Right? I connect my ChatGPT with my Airtable. Airtable is like a data platform, data analysis platform, right? Where you keep data. Create me a 30 days calendar, right? To create at least let's say 3 days, let's say one that lost image, for example. I'm just saying one that lost image, always me that like desert. So create me this now, create me a one that lost image and description with tags, right? So you can, because this is a data, this is like a data analysis app, right? It can save all this for 30 days. Everything. You can save them for like 30 days. Then this will start rating each image for per day for this. For example, let's say day one, what? Yes, of course, it use different images. One that yes, it use different images. For 30 days, yes. It might not be because you know charity is quite limited. So it might not be the 30 once. I think you can generate like 5 minutes per day. So of course, if you generate 5 minutes per day, that means you divide this slide into 6 spaces. That's 30 days. That's 6 times 3 is 30. Right? So of course, and even just per day, so it's also right? So this now, the 30 days, let's see, let's look at the permanent calendar. Right? So the 30 days permanent calendar are created with Airtable. So but Airtable cannot create images that we use, right? So we connect it with Canva. So ChatGPT will tell you ChatGPT create me one that lost image or so and so. It brings it and creates it, right? From there you can set your images now, right? To either directly to Instagram, right? To Facebook, and to TikTok, to X, and also right. Or you can download it and take it to that buffer and still do the same that this is doing. So this from this to all this one now is automation, right? But with the help of this, it is not AI automation. I don't know, do you understand? Do you get it? Is should I start with the video again? Okay. No, see the thing is this I should use it as okay. Alright, now this is Canva, right? So this is so let me cancel. You don't know anything, you know your silence now. Let's cancel this one. Okay, let's cancel this one. So this is the buffer. For example, this is the buffer, right? This is the buffer. Okay, let me drop that. Let me just cancel it. Sorry. So this is buffer. This is buffer, right? So below it, see social media management for everyone. So buffer is the place I said you can post all our, you can post the one thing and teach anywhere, right? That is reach out. For example, let me show you my own now. This is my own buffer account. So far, I have 41 posts that I've posted with this buffer account, right? So, but look at this now. Look at this edge here, this month. This is the logo. This is the Instagram logo. Then this is LinkedIn logo. That is, these images are looking like duplicates, right? It is just one, but they are posted in 3 different platforms. That's straight, everything. So this process is called automation process. Do you understand now? So that's automation first. So that's automation. Let's put it in this. So that's automation separate, right? So we now talk about AI automation. Now let's put AI. So this is buffer. Now for AI automation, let's use ChatGPT. Now this is ChatGPT, right? So we got I'll teach you how to connect your apps later. Right. So you connect. This is my app. This is my app. What is it? Interface, right? So this is Adobe Photoshop. This is Airtable. This is Apple Music. This is blah blah. This is Figma. This is Canva. Right. Now let's go to Canva because we want to create an image on Canva, right? So let's open Canva now. So then we click on this to start chat. Right. So when we start chat, we click on it, then we tell you that create it. Now, let me just say this. Let me move ahead of myself. So it's not like I've said before that one of the elements of what I'm doing, I'm actually having a problem with AI. Like one of the elements of good policy as a good, if you are that is complete. So like right, as a professional graphic designer, comma, create me a wanderlust image for let's say for let's say I don't know desert view. Let's just do that. If that need to do it for desert, right? So stop. Then I'll press enter. So now the AI is already doing the work. Now AI is already doing the work, right? It's already doing the work of creating the image that normally when we go to Canva, we can spend minutes, not just like long hours of minutes. Sorry, long minutes because the one we first go for the wanderlust background, the text and everything. But I'm explaining now, it's already prepared. Do you understand? So now this process is AI, right? But because this Canva is already linked with AI now, then we can link it, then it become AI automation. That is, now this is ChatGPT, right? That's from yes,
This ChatGPT, they have other
I recommend it. I don't know how to do it. Okay. Now look at this. It has created the image. Can you see this? This is the image now, the one that was image for desert games. This is the image. But of course, I might not like it, right? Maybe I just want to change one few things. I cannot go and edit. I can go for that to edit it. You can then open Canva for me. Now, ChatGPT and Canva, they are two different things. Now, ChatGPT is an AI platform, right? Then Canva is a graphics designing platform. So there are two different things. There are two different things, right? So no one can actually create they can actually create image like on its own without even connecting with this. But sometimes, right, we need to have this. Everybody just thinks AI is AI, but we the inner part know that sometimes you actually need the normal man touch, not AI touch. Because everybody thinks if they can use type to create image now, they don't sabi and anything like that. You know, sometimes I can actually create image for you with AI, but look like one that created it. But who don't know, look at this. So that is, if I don't connect my camera now, I can actually create image with ChatGPT like that. So, but of course, it will give me an AI image. But now I'm connecting it. Then I created it, but it's creating like I think it's human that created it on Canva itself. So there are two different things, right? But now from Canva, I can actually post. Now Canva is serving as the power of automation on its own. Let me show you. Now this is the image, right? Let's say, for example, we like the image like this. Let's just, for example, the image we like it. Then I now click on this share. I can click on share, right? Now this is Instagram. I can post from here. From this page, I can post directly to Instagram. All I just need to do is to log in my Instagram account, like to connect it, also to automate it. You understand? So, but of course, I don't want Instagram. There is more than Instagram, right? So this is Facebook, this is YouTube, this is TikTok. Do you understand now? So I can automate the posting from here, right? So, but look at where we are coming from this place, right? This is the AI. Are you ready now?
So this AI, can you use it to do video?
Yes, not ChatGPT. You can use Gemini. For example, let me show you.
You know that.
So this. Though it is paid though. It's paid. So but I'm showing you now. Let's say let's just create a boy that kicks football or something like that. So to create it also.
And I have a question from what you are
Alright.
explaining. The automation, can it share to multiple social media accounts and center?
Yes. Yes, no, specific. Unless now I can. This is just a lane. What do you call it now? A lane prompt. This is just everybody prompting. When you want to actually prompt as a good prompt engineer, I will tell you that a boy's age, that is the rule now. A football player, maybe at the age range of 8 years. Age range of 8 years, right? I can tell you that he's a black African or he's a black American, right? Now all those things, that's prompt engineering. All those things, details, key details, they're not supposed to lose anything. The reason I'm just giving all this one because I'm just explaining, right? If I want to write like the full details, there are some, let me show you, there are some prompts that can be as long as you're writing and just one picture. Yes, when I wanted to create that kind of image I posted, I showed you guys that. I told you that it should be in the studio format, picture pixel, arrangement and everything like in details. So I can say age range of 8 years old. The boy maybe is wearing black clothes, green trousers. He's wearing maybe like yellow boots. Where he's playing the boy is like beside the bush. All those things that you are giving it is what will come out. Exactly. For example, look at this. I use ChatGPT most times. So most of the time, I'm referring, I refer to ChatGPT most times. So just be rest assured. Don't look at that is everything. No, we'll get there. I'm just like I said, today's class is introductory. So after the lecture, we'll go inside small. So everything will still come back and come and meet. So those class. These are all AI generated image. I'm not going to talk about that.
Like I said, it's not like you use your service like that. But something in my hand just said, you can work with this guy. And that was like, what I was doing. I was just wrapping my head. Yeah, exactly. Can I bring you in this? That's exactly. Even the one that you can talk.
Yes.
Is it that you see specific ones like
yes.
in English or
yes, you give it. You also give it time frame. You only give maybe like from
20 seconds.
from 6 seconds, maybe like the beginning say welcome to so from 6 seconds to 10 seconds, right? Make the person shout hallelujah in a cinematic view. That is when it's not just shout hallelujah, the view is maybe hallelujah, something like that. So you give it in details, not just giving.
What about those online that used to use AI to
Do that, yes, it's the same thing.
stories? So in Asaba, I'm not done anything about it. I'm just today we can do that.
Okay, you can download it on your laptop, you can use it on web. Like now, using your web.
Okay, but you know need to download it.
Yes, you can just go to Safari and use it from Safari. Just open the tab on Safari and use it. For example, this is my normal image, right? Then I told you, this is the prompt, can you see it? I said, ultra realistic 8K full body portrait of the same man. That's this. From the reference photo, that's this is my photo, that's the facial. For the reference photo, wearing a clean pressed beach, that's the color of the clothes, dress shirt, with a turn up collar, this place, and a small lapel microphone. If you look at this now, can you see the microphone here? Can you see the color? Like this beach, like cream, this is the color of the beach.
For this picture, what is this picture?
Exactly.
Hey.
Do you understand? So then, turned up collar, a small lapel microphone, dark navy blue trouser, and polished black dress shoe. He is casually and unprofessionally leaning against a smooth light grey studio wall. So not just a wall, a studio wall that has a light grey image. You understand? So if you keep on looking at it, keep on looking at it. I see it. Navy blue and black shoe. Then this is grey white. And this look at it. See the right created by Samtech Chef. See it and this down like a signature.
This is AI that use.
This is the outcome now. This is this thing.
This is the photo.
It looks like a photo, right? But this is the text here, and this is the outcome. See this person's on the phone.
Wow.
So it's just simple, right? It might look long. The thing is, the difference between you.
This one you can do it off.
Yes, okay, stand up. The difference between you now and other people is that you understand prompt engineering. Even though we'll still do prompt engineering in this class, we'll still do it. Even though it's just the challenge because like there's a full course for it. But we'll do at least the meaningful part that the knowledge you have, you know what people have. So we'll do designer, everything jam packed that with AI. I don't know if you have seen before. Because there's also closed before you know it, they already closed the closet. Everything in this place, this one, that one, this place, that one. Sometimes I look at some people is that like people are not graphic designer and
They're flying inside water. On top of the water. It's those things I hate.
Do you understand?
Understand.
You know, so everything is just the prompting, right? And you get it. That's it. So with the help of this now, right, you can make this and this seamlessly. That's what we're here to learn. So for a content creator now, maybe like a comedian or something, you can create a full month content, right? A content calendar now without spending 10 minutes. Without
That's my idea.
I'm
Today
used
is it now.
I'm used to that.
Look at my glasses.
I wear glasses, it's broke with that.
Because we were no shop now. I think they're expecting me.
Let me do that. So, I don't know, am I on the right track?
Yes.
You guys are here. So, with this, right, with this, as a content creator, you can create a full month calendar of content, not just content ideas now, even script or what you want to do. I even script, you can say that give like a
See
15.
ChatGPT.
Yes, this is ChatGPT. That's why I said that so far
But it's just moving the child. It's just going to the pictures, right?
no, this one now for example the calendar now, right, will not be picture, it will be in text. That's how you have to calendar your editable, right, so that the thing will download there as a text like an Excel sheet that you tell that this is the one, this is what you do, this is the
So
do.
what I'm trying to say is, like you created this picture now.
Yeah.
Can you kind of create a video, a story,
Okay.
and you prepare the whole video for it?
Yes, we can, but not challenge. Challenge does not create video yet. You can use Gemini. Gemini is what I showed you guys.
It doesn't work on phone.
It does everything. They are actually working on it. Look at that. Gemini. Let me see. Yeah.
Is that a Gemini? Is it a company?
No, it's same like Chinese. Gemini is created by what do you call it? Google. It's Google that owns Gemini, right? Then um then ChatGPT is owned by but ChatGPT is owned by OpenAI. Sorry. So Gemini is owned by Google. Then ChatGPT is owned by OpenAI. Right? There's cloud, there are plenty, there's cloud, there is name it, there are plenty, there is Copilot. Don't worry, don't know this one.
What?
All these ones are for this Copilot now, it's one that I write code. Even on your laptop, you see one that Microsoft Copilot.
Yeah.
So there are Copilot. This cloud, some extent, you used to write code also, right? But also it does multiple things like ChatGPT too, right? There is Lovable. All these ones are for good, right? For making apps and all that. So back to this. The reason I'm saying that, the reason I'm amending this one because like I said, this is like the most powerful tool, right? And this is what we'll be using because you don't want to start with small, like probably what we talk. Right? So it's like I said, right? It creates from, you can say that it creates from day one to day 30, that's the month, right? So not just creating it, what do you want to have in your content? There was one time that I tried, I think content creation is not for me. I don't have it. It's very fun, man. I don't have that. The other time I tried doing content. Right? I said, okay, give me one bit, just 1 week code, 1 week content. Give me the 1 to the 7 with what I'm supposed to do, because and even the caption, the description, and the tag to add with it. Of course, I did it for like 2 weeks. I stopped. I was never consistent. Like he told that the one that I said maybe like day 2, but in the morning 6 o'clock I should post an image carousel. That's image like 4 images at most, that's image carousel. Then he said later in the evening around maybe like 6 because people are more at that time, so I do image video. I say use value I know that. So but you understand, it gives, so I can say that okay, I can say that way before you even give me the objective, explain the one for me extensively, then you now carry from the 2 to the 30, you carry them and show them in one place, you now explain the one. You can say that the one, this video that I want to do, let the sound be motivational, let the sound be that one, let all those things, right, is what you do. Then you cannot streamline it to 30 days. So for each sheet now, for example, for those image carousel that I don't need picture, I don't need like normal picture, like AI picture. I say okay, based on what you are giving me now, as a professional graphic designer that I am, you are creating me pictures, right? So you created me the picture, then I have to do that buffer, and yeah, the thing distributed.
So they're saying that your storage is good.
No.
No, there is because they're not
No, the thing is, the reason why I'm based on inside coaching and all those things, right? So we need this one first. So the thing is, now that we are in class, right? We are in class, so now you have to be. Unlike me, I was not in the class now. So I just felt like I want to grow my social media account. So I was not intentional. The thing is, if I'm actually intentional, I am doing it. There are people that will do it, right? I was not intentional. So exactly, they because of the AI faceless videos. So you don't even need to. There are multiple videos that you don't even need to show your face at all. You understand? And of course, you can use your brain, right? But like I said before, you use AI to increase your productivity. You can add spice it up with AI. So AI can give you content that can save for 1 week. Let's say this week, well, let's talk about parenting, for example. So you can say that maybe like day one, let's say this week one, right? Week one, let's say parenting. Week one, let's talk about week one parenting. Day one, let's say childhood. So under this child, you can say that maybe you should say the relation between parenting and child or something like that, right?
ChatGPT will tell you those ideas.
Yes.
Give those ideas. Then you create them.
Yes. Yes. Do you understand? So just give it the right, because if you don't give the right one too, ChatGPT has, because of the adaptive area, ChatGPT has a little feature that is, even if you make mistake, to some extent it actually predicts and predicts what you do. For example, I can be typing, maybe on the right face now, right? Okay. Maybe I want to write face now, right? And I mistakenly write pass, right? Like FASS. If there's no, if there, I mean FAST, if there's an English word like that, right? And it is not syncing with the content, challenge can them that is I'm also write C. So when the other come and it will be referring to C, not S. So it can actually predict what you mean, right? So sometimes you may actually give that kind of answer, but most times you give it your correct prompt so that it gives what you want immediately. Are you with? All right. So that being explained, let's we can't just say challenge and everything that I don't know what they are used for. So let's just quickly talk about AI. So because we need to understand what we are working with, right? We need to understand the kind of tool. Just like for example, somebody wants to what can I use? Okay, let's say cook, for example. You want to cook, right? You can't just go to kitchen, put right food and carry money, salt now. Dip your like this, that is salt like this, as harmful as it is, and put that soup. That's what I do. Do you understand? Right? But you need to understand the quantity of what you are using for it. So you need to understand the tool you are using, right? So we say like a brief history of AI. So like we said, artificial intelligence is the imitation of human intelligence to perform tasks, right? So there are different definitions to this, but there's something that we must not forget. Number one, imitation. Then number two, human intelligence. So every definition we want to give AI, as far as imitation of human intelligence is correct. So I don't know, maybe I don't know how we do it. You invest for several things. Anytime I give definition, they say keywords. Keywords must always be there, even if it's from back home. So these are the keywords in AI. So AI is using human intelligence or it imitates human intelligence to perform a task, whichever task, either a word task. Yes, there are AI soldiers now. All this yes, there is now. So there's AI soldier, there's AI cleaner, they are cleaning. Then I don't know. Do you are using iPhone, right? Are you using iPhone? Okay, but you know Siri. Siri is actually AI because it's a voice recognition software. Say, hey Siri, go to Safari, let me search what am I going to do? All those now it's just copying human because normally human being just go there, open Safari, right, and just that. So you giving him imitating human intelligence to do something is called the artificial intelligence. Do you understand? Like you understand at this point, right? So artificial intelligence came in existence since 1950. Yes, since 1950 to 1970s. First, it was done by a guy called Alan Turing. Now, Alan Turing is a mathematician. He is a crypto. Don't worry, let me just explain. I don't give that stress. He's a cryptanalyst. He's a science. He basically does computer science, cryptography, and all those things, right? So during that Second World War, they tried seeing how they can predict what somebody is doing because then they send code, not normal code like PVC code. In those days, I happen to watch some of the movies. So what they send is through that you arrange your phone, they tap. So those that understand very well, those tapping has meaning. So they start writing it down like, okay, that means they are going to backyard to go and shoot them, right? So during that period, so when they were doing it, they were finding it difficult because one, the war sound through the radio and some other because you cannot talk because the radios have been tapped already. That means your limit have access to radio. But when you put lot of them, I don't understand. It's only you and me that understand the sound, right? So they just like, how can we do that? The dun. Now said, okay, let's start predicting that when we get tanta is this or tanta is this. So that machine is called Enigma machine. Now the Enigma machine is what is now known as AI. Because the Enigma machine was what predicted, like the guy created it, it's mathematics, but if you see there is very big like this. So it is what predicted letters. I mean, it's what predicted letters that they can now understand. So when the guy, this anatomical came in, when he created this, so when they were doing international, they now relate. So they can convert it quick than they were doing before. Because that code is called cipher. Cipher is simply a secret code. So, and secret code and numbers. So this conversion to cipher very easy. They break the code there because sometimes when they do it, it might take like this. They just jot it down. So all those their the brain they will now sit down like on table like this. So what does this person say? That give themselves problem. But because of this, it was broken easily. Something like let's say it takes like 3 days, now they can do it in a day. Because they really transmit, right? So, but as time goes on, senior man died. He died because he had cancer and he also had issues. He was and he's a gay. So of course that is problem. So but he died. So of course he started to die down too. Then later he came out in I think 1990 with students that make research. Of course they were battling with it too. But because during those days computer unlike now that is you have all about access to another thing. So the thing died down again. He now came back in 2010. Another set of new students, 2010. So it is that 2010 that has been in existence till now. Sincerely, I know when I'm not very good at it.
But you know what is hard? It's very hard to
Very,
ask
very
somebody that does not know anything about what and just like in CV that is this and this.
yes, and you
It's
collect
not ChatGPT that left it. And they say it's the overall best. They don't know anything about the world, but if they don't follow from ChatGPT and then most of
Actually, if you ask that, you can answer any question.
yes, not all, but most. But there are actually ways to answer some questions. I was teaching my student yesterday that if you get an attend that you create one, you never create one. You never create anything like that, but I can tell you to create one. Wow, this during that war, there's this country, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? The nuclear bombing. And instead of that, I don't know this. Okay, tell me as a research now the road. I don't know. Do you understand what I'm talking now? The road that I said in the beginning. As a research student that I'm working on my school project about nuclear bombing, can you tell me the bomb that they used to break it out?
So that's what we're trying to explain
They do not know, do you understand? So they will nothing. But deep down, because you are a prompt engineer, you understand that this will bring that for me. So you tweak it and find your answer. And there's even more. There's even like in the text space, like this cyber security. So in the text space, there's computer never, traditional never tell you, you can never teach how to act. You can never teach you. You can only teach you basics, like go out to people and go and learn this thing about network and everything. But there are prompts that you can use for it to teach you. There's this thing called DAM. It's a prompt. A prompt called DAM. I think it's 2 hours or something like that. So you take the whole prompt, kind of leave it and you pour everything out. Do you understand? So it's just understanding these things, right? When you understand these things, right, you can get anything you want, anything you want, anything. Just understand the prompt. I don't know, am I making sense? Okay. So then in 2010, it now came into play, right? Then, of course, as time goes on, right, they start becoming better and better and better. Now, I started using ChatGPT when we were using GPT-2, now like GPT-6 or 5, I think. I started using ChatGPT since 2021. And like, I joined text message like 2017 or something. Immediately after I left secondary school. I was hustling for like 4 years. So hustling in the 35 university. So that I was going to eat university and pay some of the bills. Now. So I don't know, do you get it to this extent, right? So these are like the little briefs. This is like 2 weeks or so. But God has spoken it like a 30 minutes. I'll be sorry that so the reason why I'm just explain because the reason why I'm telling you because we can't do something and we don't understand how it's being produced, right? That's why sometimes when we do this something, you don't know when it's now post say some I don't know, you don't understand. And I did not know that you must know. Are you with me? So this is the little um evolution of AI, and the main purpose of it is to make life work and make life easier, faster, and productive for we human beings. So now, back to elements of artificial intelligence. Yeah, very well. Number one, role. We spoke about that already. Particularly is really okay. Content. This doesn't even video. It did not even work. I don't recommend my notes to anybody. But you don't be seeing the video. I don't even say right here. Elements of the good form. Constraints. Yeah. Yep. There's no P. There's no P at all. Yeah. Constraints. So S-T-R-E-I-N-T-S.
That is the
What's the pronunciation of the third one?
This one. Good. Let me think that.
What's the third one?
Like target.
Is that G?
Yes. I'm sorry. Let me do that. Good. Sorry, no mind my mind. Sorry, this is for Lagos. Okay, you didn't invest in I'm telling you. Yeah, you can come out. But I still in the African campus. I'm not sure. Sagam. Yes. I don't think so village. Outside, let's become. I don't know them. The last time I think 6 years ago. When I can buy them. So then I'm not them. I'm not them. Only the same family. Yeah, obviously. Mistakenly, I met some after this time. Some of them move. Some he's born now. I think he born one conference before he left. There's something that he started retracing. So alright, roll. So roll. So this is these are the what do you call them now? These are the pattern I need to follow. This AI response, right? So the role like this one now. I would have said this. I would have said as a model, it will give me a very good picture more than this one. As a model, so maybe the model like I will show you small model. I don't know what it is. So as so you give it the role as something, as this, as that, as this one, as a student, as an engineer, as a web developer, as a professional web. There's a difference though. There's as a model, there's as a professional model. No, it's not exactly. No, see, that's like this thing I hear, right? That's why you have to follow this pattern. Yes, if you look at now, as I'm using it, I will explain you understand. Are you too? So reading this is because the way that you want to do that is looking more complex. Okay. You feel like you like most of you write all these things. Yes, you are very correct. I understand it very well. Even if you are not advanced, right? But to some extent, you have to do something if you want to get what you want, right? So that's why I went to learn something. So look at this now, role, right? So as a professional web developer, as a mathematics teacher, as this, as that. But most times, because you are not like others, you always be professional. I mean, so anything you want to do, always as a professional because you are a professional. So because as a professional content creator or as a top-notch content, as a stand-up comedian, professional, all those things, right? Create me context. That's number two now. So the story I give you, these are it will go down like this, right? Are you true? So create me, look at this. Create me what? A realistic 8K. So this number two now. This is the beginning here. Is it looking? Is looking right? Please, if you don't, I always come back. I don't mind this. Yeah. So now this number two is the context, right? Create me now. Sometimes, right? It might not really go like this. It might actually be mixed, but most of them will be inside. At least this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 4 must be there. If you want to get what you want to. Are you even get what you want? To some extent, some people this contest, right? This contest, some people will go as far if you don't break like doing like jazz genre, they will go as far as writing phone number. Telling wants to be the front of the phone number, maybe it should be maybe like a phone icon. That's something like this phone icon. They will tell you, they will go as far as telling you this. A phone icon, create something like that. But the reason why I don't need to start giving myself stress is because we know how we run this thing. right? If you check now, my own is free, right? It's a free edition, but mine is actually like as a paid version because you know, let me. So I just went to the settings. So it is not the thing is this like it is not everybody that knows this thing, right? So this restricted. Where's organization? So this is what I do. Now everybody does people don't use for businesses, right? But now this is use the ChatGPT Pro and Plus for more precise and high quality answer. I want respond identical to the paid version. So even if I don't add this something icon, it will show them. Yes, that's how some people just do everything jam packed, this one, that one, do. But one I was doing now is now because I'm already saying that you should use like paid version, you don't pay for it. So we're not really thinking like you pay, even though it's not give us the total. Now I use paid version like for a while when I'm using it for some time. I'm not just from one thing, now that I've exhausted my paid version and completed my paid version. So if I start for something now, most likely they tend to give me the paid version answer to some extent.
This is right of now.
Yeah.
What are you to that? How you see this voice
Please, don't I don't now I found this material on my team. This is so this is here. The text, just click on it now. When you click on it, you go like this. Not everything. That is it. So you don't record the voice. So what happens? You just click on it, send it to you, and do the work. So because there are sometimes to be candid, right? There are sometimes that you will sit down. I don't know, there's the way you want to express yourself, but English can to time you can like I won't pour my mind, but no, you understand. So you can actually pour it with your voice. Like you pour it as much as you want it to be, and to actually bring out the way it is. So it has this adaptive, like I said, adaptive feature that you can listen. Even though there are some things that you might filter out that are not relevant, but the relevant ones, you take them, blend them together, and give you answer. Highest is if you load, it will reason first before it gives you answer. So I don't understand this. So that is for context, right? Goal. Now this is goal here. Make it to something studio and everything. And then leave it there. The goal is to make it look like a photographer, like a studio photo. So that is the goal. So what you want to achieve your image production with? Same thing as you want to link it with your social media. The goal is to boost your viewers. Now, where I've reached it to some extent, it has given me time frame, right? Where I can post and people will see it more. I don't know, have you noticed that even on your WhatsApp status now, if you post it more, you just get views. But post around 6 or 7, before 10 o'clock, you'll be getting like 100 and something views. I did a lot. I don't really post during the day, but that night I post. Now, the reason why is because ChatGPT is don't just give you answer. The people that build it, they build it for years before they put it to public. So they are getting data from different servers, right? So those data, what so they know now statistics are showing that people are more active in the evening when they come back from work than when they are rushing to work. People wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning before you know fast, they don't want to present traffic. So people might not really have time. And when they get to work in the morning, throughout the day they'll be in the office. But when you come back home, you want to rest. You want to scroll through TikTok, scroll through Facebook. So during that period, right, is that time that people know active. So can you do that now with this, right? With your goal, you can tell you that I want to boost my followers, right? So you can tell you that around 6:30 in the morning, people operate their phone, but there's no high traffic. But you check 12:30 to 1 in the afternoon, there's traffic, but because people are still busy during the day, They will not really check it. But when you now check, this I've tell you this, what I've learned, what I've heard and I've seen. You now know that maybe like from 6 or 5 in the evening till 11, people are more active than post. So that means even though you are posting in the morning, right, and in the afternoon, that evening must be compulsory. So that means there is already giving goals. It's already giving you goals on what to. It's already giving you your goals. I don't know. Am I making sense? Am I speaking? So it's already giving your goals what you want. That since this is what you want to, this is how you go about it. There are some times that when I think I was in 2021, there's this program language called Tran. And that is the program language like that was that. So I was trying to give us an assignment as we go, and I got the answer, but I don't know how to explain it because I used it normally. Then I said, okay, the goal is not to get the answer. The goal is to explain this to IT. Then now goes back on that. This is the string, this line of code, this is the meaning. This now that has given me the goal of what the answer is. That explained it to me earlier. This and this and that. Oh, okay. I don't get that. So do you understand? So that is the outcome of this, right? Then this constraint here is inverse in this part. The reason why is because it works in line with this context. Now when I mean constraint is actually a limiting factor for something, right? Like now, this door is a constraint to go outside, but it's also a road. That means I can open it and go. But now I cannot just go and leave my door. So that's it. So now the context is what is the constraint. That's it. Go beyond that. That's why you can see both ultra realistic 8K full body portrait. It must not be landscape, but it must be portrait, and it must be in 8K full body, not snapshots from near K, but be in the full body. So that is the limiting factor that it must reach. You know, be passing. I don't know. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it must have this too. Everything follows under this context, right? So, but of course, you must have this. Same as this format. This format, like in this context, is studio format. Am I making sense? So this is the element of a good prompt. Now, also examples, right? When you give it a for example, if I ask you that you give me prompt engineering, you give me the example of it, you cannot start telling me that this thing I'm explaining now. You cannot give me a prompt that will have contain all this information. Now, examples in this place, most times you always see words like as. That means you have a format, right, with the example. For example, you can say, create me like the relational Nakazaki now, after you have explained everything. So you can ask that as, now you are using an example now, as a student that has completed the research on this, how can I explain it to my teacher or to my lecturer? Now that's an example of the kind of answer I want to bring out for you, right? I don't know if you get it. That's an example of what you want to bring out. So you can say, you can use like or ask anyone. You're actually giving an example. You can also say, create me an image of the car, blah blah blah. Used for can be used, also used. That's an example. Can be used for all-season flyer. Something like that, right? These three keywords, anytime you see them there, it's talking about the concept of the example. Let me see. Yes, like a photographer's signature. So this is created by Sam. So that is what you said after I snapped this portrait now, this video portrait, right? because some what do you call it, some photo shoot like you see that they will put something, some logo here, they write something photography, something photography. So it's not like that kind of picture has my own signature in this place. Hmm? No, it's not a must, but of course it's just to make it seamless. Exactly, look more real. Now I put it on my birthday. This I don't really ashamed. No, you understand? So, but the thing is, with this now, they can understand. They see that it's looking like real. It's looking like real, right? Also, as like this now, I can take you to that camera. You challenge that. I think you can do that. I can change the background from you to. Even with this, I can change the background from you to. I can maybe change the background to landscape. It's something like it's always to bring it out. Am I speaking speaking my guy? I'm being used.
You don't know this is a work, none of you know.
No, it's see the thing is.
Your dad is explaining like looking this, I know we start the work. You don't know we know
Usually I
that.
use ChatGPT on
Your
my
phone now.
Even you can even create a picture with any celebrity.
Yeah.
And show you.
Very correct.
But from what you described me, I think I have some ideas of things I would like to try.
Exactly. That is see this is no pressure, right? No pressure. The thing is, just ask the thing. Sometimes we are short of what even myself. But if you sit back and sit down and look, you get what you want. Even with what for example now, look at this now. It's just an 8K picture, right? 8K. Now there are different pixels of picture. There's 2K, there's 4K, there's 8K. Through that you have to understand it very well. There's 760 pixel. There's sorry I did program that's what I know. So there's 1808 pixel. So there's I think 420 or so. So of course this one is extremely blur. This one is blur. This one is blur. Then the 2K one is blur. The 4K one is then the 8K one is now no leave it like that. Now if I create see this is the original image. This original image 1008 pixel, right? Compared to this one. I don't know, can you relate? Mm-hmm. So it's just what you want. Sometimes you might not even get the right answer. Just give it. Just that is that I go with ChatGPT because this thing has done more good for me and has not done harm so bad. So I don't know, do you understand the element of the good program? Any question? Yes, question, I know. Let me hear. I'm ready to answer that.
You don't know when you fix my own.
So what I want to ask is this Gemini.
Then you're not question.
Does it work? Does it work the way ChatGPT work?
Yes.
When you ask questions.
Yes, because
Well, it brings out video, right? Or does it
Yes.
also bring out picture?
no, it brings out, yeah, it brings out pictures. Yeah. Now, this is the problem with study. That's why I say, I always recommend study. Now, I can give it this thing like
But
this.
ChatGPT doesn't really do
Yeah, it does, but it's a paid version. It does paid. I think you have seen something like I think is it Geo? I've forgotten the name now. I think I need to that. It's most likely to have. Rate of gradient. A lot, yeah. Because that they must upgrade every day. New things that they won't have better because the program better program. Like some people will come and test before they push and say it. They do this in game development most times. They will bring some people, they call them pen tester. There's pen tester, there's game tester. Pen tester is people that come and check if they can hack the system. That's penetration tester. So but game tester alone just come and test it and say how it is working fine. So that's the better program. So you employ some people or you hire some people, you recruit them that hire us test this thing. So they do this every time. So they are always upgrading, and you get solution from some people. If you want to tell you this came out, I don't tell you can create it. You don't make question when it came out before you do if you give one thing like this before everything. Now I can tell you to give me something with images. Funny enough, when you ask question with challenge under it You see different type of site logo. That is where it has gotten its answers from. So you can go there and go and look it up and continue from there. Now ChatGPT can give me a link to a particular video on YouTube, but some ChatGPT I will pick it from and go there. So that's upgrade. So like I said, reason why I still prefer ChatGPT is that because ChatGPT is to me is more advanced than
But now, the technical, okay, say you have to be paid on, you can still be paid on for the video aspect.
yes, that is Gemini is now if it's video I will pick Gemini. I will pick Gemini.
But you have to pay for it first.
Yeah, that is Gemini takes me but you will pick problem. There's only that I am because we were trying to do something. So we wanted to create a voiceover. We told you, I create this Gemini, create a voiceover. We think we create music. With beat, and then voiceover, not beat. You see that? That's okay. Another one. Now that I was okay, you don't know the same, you don't get to create something. But now, create it as a voiceover. You don't do that, create music again, second time, which I need to never do. That's just the common instance that you guys can. There are some that will do that. Challenges will always give. Funny enough, challenges will give you answer and give you suggestion. Yes. For example, let's say you call it cat now. That give me cat. You say maybe cat is a domestic animal, blah blah blah. Under it, when you can say, do you want to know? Maybe cat written everything knows about cats. Do you want to know about the cat family? So under the cat family, you can talk about maybe like the dog. No, yes, all any animal that has cat. That's cat family. You say okay, if you ask that, don't talk about the cat family. That's suggestional, even though it has given your answer. Yes, so then you now that don't talk about this, or do you want me to compile it in a PDF format for you to submit an account for that. So let's do that for you. But Gemini will never do that.
But how do you bring that picture from that like that was yes.
I have some on my system. So you just this place here, this stuff. You click on it, right? Then you create it, or I do it this way. I drag and drop on your phone and you just click on that place. You see the thing upload. Okay, I get it. So I just I'm very stupid this question. No, not this one. Now this is quick, right? This is not. Now if I want to upload a picture, it's just simple. I just click, let's do this emoji and branding. Just click like this now and just drag like this. Yeah. See, anytime you show something like that is very to accept it. And I just release it. Release it here. They can analyze, compare both of them. It's messy to go to always do it. Now I've already made you just the same thing, right? This is the image here. So when I give you the prompt in this place and I press enter, it will now adjust this way and the prompt like this. So it's just normal. I don't know, do you understand that? So this is just let me move this and now exactly. So but you understand this to this extent, right? So this is the element of good prompt. So let's talk about one more problem. We spoke about productivity tools. Let's talk about types of AI. There are, I think there are four types. Something we show in There are three types of AI, right? There's the weak AI, the weak artificial intelligence. There's the strong, sorry, and there's the super intelligence, artificial intelligence. So this is narrow artificial intelligence, there's the strong artificial intelligence, and there is the super intelligence artificial intelligence. Now for the narrow, this is the common used AI today. Example, ChatGPT. It's looking strong, right? But the weak AI. Yes. So ChatGPT is the weak AI. So that's what we use mostly. So we use them mostly in our day-to-day activity. ChatGPT, Siri, um, what have you? All those. Even there's this funny analogy they gave me in university that time. When we were doing modeling and simulation as a topic, that's actually as the course on self-driving cars. Actually, yeah, is AI. But of course, they always teach because of the machine learning, right? Machine learning is teaching the AI on what to do and what not to do. They must teach it now. If they don't teach it, you not get it as put that bush, but direct. Yes. So machine learning is teaching the AI what to do, even though you have created it, right? It's just like um, what can I use that? It's very common. Let me use something. I don't know. I'm very funny in explanation. Let's use paper. For example, you know when you have prepared it, right? You have done already the bowl, but you want to serve it now. You still have to use spoon to mold it like this. And so that molding is machine learning. Molding it to be this manner to be around the plate. So now they have prepared it is creating of the machine, right? So but molding it inside the plate to the machine learning. So you are trained, it's very working fine, but of course they need to test it, train it to learn how it is supposed to do. That's why sometimes they say they create one robot, this is doing it to scrap it. That means it's nonsense. You go and do it again from the beginning. So that process is the machine learning process that they do. So same as self-driving cars now, they have actually done the machine learning to the extent that when it sees obstacle, right? When it sees obstacle, it know that you must know it's this way. That's why even as small as the bottle water, if you put in front of the car, it know it is. Rather, if you turn like this and continue the journey, because that's where they have trained. Because if they don't train like that, if you say body here, you hit the person and the brain. But because they trained it that way, right? So anything that stands as an obstacle in the front is to dodge it and leave it and continue the journey. So different different analogies, different things that we don't know actually. There are something that is just looking like normal daily life, but actually I started doing it. So then the second part is strong AI. So strong AI is the kind of AI that perform intellectual tasks that a human can perform. That is reasoning, creativity, emotional intelligence, and problem solving. So strong AI or general AI is the one that is inside your robot. Even though it is being trained, right? But the kind of artificial intelligence that is there is the strong or general one. is, you can call it either strong or general, it's the same English. Is the strong or general AI. This is working like this. I can work in season. No. And I do not know. I'm not video like like for example, I did the results. Like I don't have to do it. But any guy is probably like my own idea. When is somebody was now, you see me started like you know, I slept on the bed this morning. I was like, this morning, I had to sleep by myself this morning, and I woke up seven. So when it is like my phone, I have my own personality. I've done this thing. I've not. I just let it go. Allow for it's beautiful. I don't have to find it. So these are the AI that thinks like human being, that perform intellectual tasks, like those AI robots that goes for war now, right? Those ones that they've been taught tactical movement, how to shoot, how to read it. If this guy is doing this kind of man, how you can dodge and all this thing. So it is strong AI that is involved in that one, right? It teaches them the way human being like now is more than basically this one is actually implicated in moving object most times unlike this one is like machine pure machine but this one like there is this there is the call of the canine most times for example like woman who no there is no robot in Nigeria. No, most times that's what yes because reason why you can't see them yeah na yes most times physical reason why because all you wan think like human being right so they exact physical movement and all that like your self cleaning all of that is movement yes right so they can think they because they can sense sand different from maybe salt or something right so that's one main thing not just machine thinking so you can sense that the way they do that the heat and chemical cover and everything they can use to detect them so of course how can we detect something to be because if now I cannot dey monitor this fan reason why is because it's blowing breeze right and I can perceive the temperature I can feel the temperature it's a very cool one so now human being sense know that this is the fan especially if the person dey baby like that but as a human being you no go put hand na so he's thinking like human being right but big AI will give you details of this thing it will give you details of it but it cannot make physical movement am I then super intelligent AI is the one that we go and meet in the future we never reach there we are meeting this one in the future that is why it's called super intelligent AI now the world is changing now the future can be in 2 years in 3 years now when nobody knows that at the end of the day it will be like this now right it was reason why I started interview I was just privileged not like I was that but now with the privilege and not privilege you know the privilege dey get data set later everybody using it now right but then it was privilege that now so that means super intelligence that is coming in the future now I feel some of them that I feel na every day for example there are some cars now that does not use tire again there are yes there are trains that don't use tire again now they use electromagnetic super intelligent in Japan also those guys are not in this world again those guys are give freedom na we dey back like this we dey like 2010 I in my LinkedIn I usually check like when I'm using my phone I go to LinkedIn I scroll sometimes I see this kind of videos right so I'm like they no dey here again all this one no you know it's Yeah, Japan, all those European countries. They are getting this, I know, because Nigeria looks, sincerely enough, Nigeria looks actually creating, yeah,
Maybe because the opportunity, because of our reputation that
that is another thing. Now, our government itself is, let us know, there's this guy, Nigerian man, too, they are not that created the, America has not created the, but now they are, of course, they are doing it. They created this drone, security drone, like armored tank security drone. Now, if there is, but Nigeria that did it, two guys. Sharp, sharp.
Oh, they will not value them. Just put your work for them.
Stop and do one.
No, they use them or they just.
Exactly. So you understand the next time, right? So super intelligent. Now what that guy is creating is actually a byproduct of strong AI, which is coming to this the closer as I upgrading different features and everything before you know it becomes this. Because that drone can be used for so now what we use for drone for normal people is just camera, right? But now it can be used for military. That was the greatest. It can be used for military. So beyond surveillance, right? It can also restrict people, that is what you shoot for your no valid place you go back. Human being that have sense if they shoot your phone like you go back now. You get understand? So that is the last AI plan. You know maybe that's like super president. So these are the three types of AI. So every and any AI you come across, they fall in this most times they fall in this category. Let's add this one. They fall in these three categories of assistant intelligence. So any question? Please ask. I need the question. Ask. Let's ask. Let's ask. So also, let me say this, just a tweak, right? If you are creating something and you are stuck, right? Maybe you are trying to write this and you are stuck. You can actually ask ChatGPT to help you out. You want to give it something, you will tell it to help you out before you help you out with something. For example, this image now, right? I want the prompt right, I can give it to my friend to generate the prompt. You just give it, study the image. Now, don't forget all those this like the elements. I don't tell you, study the image and generate me the prompt I want to use. I'll tell you how to use another AI to give it. Generate the prompt I want to use, maybe with Lovable app or with let's say with Google Gemini. That's what I'm getting now. Study the app and generate me a prompt that can be used for Gemini image creation. It's not different. And of course, it might be most likely to be similar like this. It's just that reason why it's not similar like because that one then is no correct. It's still correct. But to some extent, you can write something that at least can be compared to this. So that was the little tweak. Most times, sometimes I get stuck. It's not like I'm on my I get stuck, right? So and this is the way that I do those things. I'll get it when I say, oh, see where I need this, I don't know. Sometimes you can also tell you to suggest what you can do. Apart from the normal suggestion, you can also tell that give me like top 5 suggestions, best suggestion, top 5 professional comments, top 5 stuff, top 5. Or tell to give you 10. From 10, you can tell that streamline it to 5. When you say, yeah, give me the best thing, you give me the most preferred one. Yeah. Sometimes I've done that when I got to 3, I just remain 3 of them together. And you know, you comfort them and give me one. But of course, that thing that contains, I'm not gonna like contain spirit. But what I saw, what the output was just one. So of course, you can, that's how to maximize. Some people use it and be lazy, but this is the maximization of it. And I don't know, maybe for me, it doesn't make me lazy. It gives me more time to even work more. Yeah, I can relate. Yeah, it's true. Because I grew up with my junior sister. I was telling when they needed to. So I know I already understand left and right. So I understand how babies give and go. Then I suffer. Now who did that already? So I really understand. So, but of course, the best would be if they are not around or they are asleep. So there will be silence and you can speak because sometimes it gives critical attention. Also, you can just think critically for the yes. That's why some people. The thing is, that's why I'm saying that some people are not just doing the right thing, right? Because if you actually tell to think critically, you actually do that. And you actually do that. It might not just be in the way it is supposed to be. In the sense that when you are okay, think critically how I can explain AI to. Funny enough, you can try to explain to anybody. Yes, anybody. There is this prompt that, for example, if you want to explain this image now, I can just write ELS, right? ELS slash 10 or ELS 10, sorry. ELS 10 slash then the prompt. What I'm telling you is that you should give me the prompt that I can explain it for 10 years in charge. That is your system. So even if I want to explain cat for 2 years, I'll write ELS 2. Hmm? Yeah, actually, for today, I'm going for of course, don't you can I want this question because this are you hearing me? Are you this question and the network because I will not explain to some extent I don't are you hearing me? Say no, I just let's go back again. But this place, which I cannot blame anybody, it's just the network, right? So that's it. You know the meaning of basic. See, I would say that if you now give me something that okay, explain it for me, and you tell me that you don't have to you don't have to you don't have to because one of the people that are the owner of opening because OpenAI is the name of the company is Meta and Meta is owned by Mark Zuckerberg and Mark Zuckerberg is the owner of Facebook. Elon Musk is one of them that win. So these people they have actually been accused before, right? That they steal data, right? Not that they stole it like that, but they were accused that they stole data. The reason why is because they basically know a lot of things. So what they know, where they are getting their information from, they have not added it to this. So almost everything you need, will always give you. So it is not left to people now maximize the power and the use. I've seen somebody that uses carry things to them code and you know that that code is today.
Recently, somebody was arrested, and the way he was caught is that before I think he scammed about millions of dollars. So the way they were able to get him was that before he did just he asked ChatGPT. It was ChatGPT that gave him the orientation in doing. So I don't know how they know that the person asked ChatGPT. That was the only way they were able to get that somebody asked this kind of question.
You know, if it's the Igbo people, ask you, don't please check your phone.
Now this is right. Look at my sorry. Look at knowledge is power, right? Look at my laptop. Use my camera. This guy is close by. They usually tap into people's phones, right? To see things. That's how there are some things that I don't keep in my laptop. There are some things that I don't complete directly to my digital breathing thing. So some people, right? If I don't now and your phone is using an example, let's give them and go. Except maybe your phone is not maybe your phone if that your phone is has a budget. When you check your TikTok, you see that everything you see is bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
You see, you understand? So they've secretly let me tell you, there are two movies, right? That maybe one of these will watch. There are two. It is called social media dilemma and the great hack. Very good, right? So there's this secret worship that I didn't always know. So when you now you can even open my own TikTok, I don't open TikTok, but anytime I open it, you cannot get more than computer, acting, computer, coding, all those anything computer related. You can't see great data there, nobody. I don't even dey talk am. Now look at this, there are two movies that maybe in your free time you can watch social media dilemma. Then the great hack. These two are talking about how they are marginalizing social media. This one is even kind of based on Donald Trump's election. Like it's kind of based on Donald Trump. What he did, how he got it out to most people. Then this one is about that one of that you just sit down your own get there. You just innovation for Facebook that a new friend suggestion because you know that maybe it's been a while that I have gone there. So but if that person is quite close because you know that the suggestion is you will check your contact if like 3 or 4 people is connected to that person you now give your so that you can connect so maybe it's been a while they can connect give your friend because I know this people before you know you just go to the before you know you start looking before you now looking before you know you are staying 1 hour so this is this thing that you get this day I want to see that I can stay days the people that are more active on the WhatsApp and reason why because business and every other thing but every other one Facebook I don't go there like that because I know what is at stake now that say when you shift you watch Bridget and Preston you just like you see life as life you just like you see don something before you know because they know that you enjoy the first comment and again the time you spend on it and the activity that you do on that video and that video e will always tell you what to do next that is if you just see live as terminal and just watch immediately right and you see computer and just watch or music video and you watch like 10 seconds or you watch the video finish you even now like it and comment before you know that was the video because you have watched that means you watch for a long period you are really make move with it so that's one of the they call something algorithm um, is like the flow
People are enjoying it.
algorithm is like the flow right of your social media handle right so when your algorithm detect that this particular video you are enjoying you are waiting for a long period you start searching the internet anything related you start bringing it that's why in football when you watch highlight before you start bringing comedy highlight you start bringing highlight start bringing this other so that's like so these two moves when you watch them you understand how social media work there are actually some behind say do this one press am make you see am do one down that's why they were accused because people now tell you that what is doing that they were now accused of stealing people's data now as I meet her husband give me 100 or 1 million you see my name business I done little wealth I built because of course reason why I hear because of course the advertise my name when I want to build my name makeover I wan put my name now so that sometimes I even added my name that story this what I see that I can change them and of course now my name is 3,000 link that before you see two connected you look at it I have 3 so these are the two stuff. Okay. For this one you subscribe to of your account. Just see golden account. So what you do first is to create account sign up so that anything you do you will always see the game like it's always like I say like it as original film so far and they are not they are just see people story people story so that one become very time people story until this life get very tiny
your programs. So it will save so that you can actually always refer back to it. Then you have the history. Then you press finish this account. Then from there, then you can now start saving down. So that's what you can handle. No, just picture. I don't know. Is it your personal picture you want? Is your Gmail? Do you have any pictures about your Gmail? And when you have pictures there,
Nigeria.
yeah. Check your check. Remove photos. Remove it. Don't like it. Sometimes it's not.
I want to see this. I want to be corrected. It's very
It is on the ground. And that is nothing. So let's just say, you have to do it. Let's do it. Let's just
When I want to go to UBS,